All right, so I got a question.
Let's hear it.
Have you ever been laying in bed at night and just like thought,
Been there.
I could have been like more mysterious today? I was a little too goofy. I was wearing my goofy mask when I should have been wearing my Ryan Gosling from Drive
I'm
persona.
literally him.
Not that day though, and that's what you regret. You're like, God dang, I was too Ryan Reynolds today. I should have been more Ryan Gosling.
Dude, 100%.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you always want to appear a little mysterious.
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
You got to have people asking for more.
That's right. Like, here's a perfect example. You're walking down the street, someone, oh, sorry, sir, do you know what's the time? And then you would say.
And then you just keep walking.
Exactly. Whereas what you're describing is like, oh, sir, what's the time? And you're like, oh.
You're like, oh, yeah, let me check for you.
Yeah, exact. Yep.
Oh, it's whatever. I hope you have a wonderful day. Ew.
As that person's walking away, they're like, dude, you're weird.
Dude, that guy was kind of a beta. What the hell? He wasn't very Ryan Gosling like.
Dude, that wasn't very Patrick Bateman of you.
That wasn't very Patrick Bateman of you. Yeah. The reason why I bring that up is because I was going to have an experience with like new people that I'd met them, but now I'm going to be in a different position where, this sounds really weird the way I'm going to back it up.
Okay. Let's hear
I
it.
was going to be the pianist for my church's evening service.
Okay.
And I know these people from my church, but I never hang out with them, never talk with them. So I was like, this is a time to have a fresh start. I'm going to go in mysterious.
Yeah.
I'm going to not say anything unless I'm spoken to. And whenever I'm spoken to, I'm going to say, I'm going to be a little funny.
Yep. But not too funny.
Not too funny. And then I'm just going to go right back to.
Yep.
And it's exactly what I did, I show up a few weeks ago. They're like, oh, I heard you play piano. And I was like, yeah, I do. And they're like, okay, you want to like be on the team? And I was like, maybe. And they're like, well, we'll send you the email.
Maybe.
And then they sent the email. And they're like, so does this day work for you? And I was like,
maybe.
And then I show up. And they're like, all right, so have you played these songs before? And I said, well, no. I was like, no, I haven't.
Sure, yeah.
And they're like, we'll practice. And then I practice a little bit.
Yep.
I didn't do too good.
Okay.
And then the service comes up. I kill it, dude.
Perfect.
I kill it.
Perfect.
And like half of the congregation who I know, they're like, I didn't know you play piano. And I said, I do now.
Yep. There's the mystery.
Exactly. And then I went to bed that night. And for the first time in a while, I was like, I was perfectly mysterious today.
Perfectly mysterious, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And the fit that I was wearing, too.
Ooh, yeah.
I had a flannel, cuffed sleeves, tucked in, but unbuttoned all the way down. So it was just my wife beater.
So you came ready to play.
Oh,
yeah.
I was feeling a little slutty that day.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Dropped the first S word on the podcast. That brings me to think, actually, or realize, what if you did that in the wrong time, though? Ooh. Let's say you're on a plane, and let's just say you are a doctor. Someone's starting to have some problems. Is anyone here a doctor? And then you kind of like look over, you glance over, and you go, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Sir, if you're a doctor, now's the time. It's like, I mean, I might be.
Yeah, it's like, does he need help?
Yeah,
he does. Too bad.
Yeah. They're like, are you a doctor? I'll take a look. You
I'll take a look.
He's like bleeding out. Well, he's losing some blood.
Yeah. Somebody should deal with that.
Yeah, someone should definitely do something. But then you mysteriously walk back to your seat. And then as they're still yelling at you for help, you just put your AirPods in.
Yeah.
Not your problem.
Yeah, sorry. I missed the part where that's my problem. We love Spider-Man.
Absolutely love it. Yeah.
One of the first Sigmas.
True.
Have you ever read, speaking of Sigmas, was it the story of Dom Quixote?
No, I haven't.
You know the gist, right?
Yeah.
He's like schizophrenic and has like, he thinks he's a knight and is fighting battles that don't exist.
I'm him.
I would say he's like the first Sigma. Number one, schizophrenic.
Sure.
You're halfway there. Number two.
Are you saying I'm halfway there?
Well, Don Quixote. I don't know. Dom or Don? Anyway.
Dom Toretto.
Oh.
From Fast and Furious.
He's not a Sigma because he's too.
Whoa.
He's an alpha, I would say.
Okay.
Not a Sigma, though. He's too, like, friendly. It's all about family? Nah. It's all about... That's Sigma right there.
Like no answer, yeah.
No. What is it about? I don't know. And if I did, I wouldn't tell you.
Yeah.
Welcome to a new era, where the future meets the past.
Finland is not real.
Above and beyond.
Helen Keller was a fraud.
Beyond.
It's never too early for Christmas.
There's a new place.
Grandma always says you need a lemon tree.
And a new time.
Temperature isn't real.
Perhaps the right place.
Lost my penis in the early 90s.
Right place, then the right time. Discovery awaits. Right time. Right place, right time.
Well, welcome back, sir. I would ask how your weekend was, but first I'd like to say that I think we have a new address for our little set here. You know what it is? Corner of right place and right time.
Whoa!
Come on. What's that? That's a poster. That
Welcome. You've made it.
looks real nice.
You've made it.
You have made it.
Right time.
It only took 8 weeks. Only took 8 weeks, but yeah.
We were on the way there.
That's right. Yeah.
Now we're officially here.
Yeah,
Finally.
we've been driving and stopped for some food and mysteriously told some people off, but now we're here.
Now we are here.
We're
Speaking
here.
of being here right now, being right here right now, this is a place where we have to be real with each other
He's all grown up.
and with you.
It's like watching your child grow.
I know. I'm learning from the best here how to segue and all that.
Yeah.
I was telling you that
Talk to me.
I was talking to my brother and I segued from one thing to the other. And
Oh, yeah.
he looked at me and he was like, "You're getting that from Josiah, huh?" And I was like, "Yeah."
Good stuff. Yep.
But
yep.
see, I've been practicing. But
Appreciate it.
speaking of be real,
Let's hear it.
you know what it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You were never a big guy of like social media, never a big fan. You
No.
were completely MIA for a while.
Yeah, for a few years.
For a few years.
Yeah.
You know, I dabble.
Okay. You mess around.
I mess around
Sure.
on the social media, but I thought Be Real was stupid. I should say I still think
I do
that.
too.
I think it is stupid.
Okay.
Right? That hasn't changed.
Okay.
I was like, I'm never going to touch it. And if I am going to use it, I'm going to use it for like a bit.
Sure.
Because it'll be funny.
Sure.
So, you know that the point of Be Real is...
A
you get
bit.
The bit, yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, keep going.
You know that the point of Be Real is
Yeah.
it gives you an alert. You have like 2 minutes to post right here, right now. You have no time to set things up and put up a facade.
Sure.
It's just going to be a raw whatever you're doing, right? So after months, probably a year, I don't know how long this app has been out. My sister's been trying to get me to get it.
Okay.
My girlfriend now. I finally caved.
Okay.
And I was like, fine, I'm going to get it, but I'm not going to use it for its intended purpose. So I'm not going to show anyone what I'm doing or like no context.
Sure.
It's just going to be like a close-up photo of my face doing a silly emotion and then like a blurry picture of my feet or like whatever I'm feeling. Like the very first one that I posted, it was me sitting on my bed and just out of frame, you could see a hand holding a gun to my head and I was smiling awkwardly. And then the other picture was the back of my dog's head.
Okay.
So it defeats the purpose because no one knows what I'm doing.
I mean,
see what
because those
everyone
are
else is doing.
staged pictures. Those aren't random candid pictures.
Well, they're supposed to be candid pictures.
I know, that's what I'm saying. But yours are like...
Well, mine aren't really staged. I just refuse to show you anything. You know, like I just took one a few minutes ago.
Did you?
And it was a close up of me biting the bullet, right?
Jason, let's get a close up.
And then the reverse was a picture of my watch face.
Oh,
which is Joe Camel, the smoking camel.
Okay. Yep.
You can't see it. Anyway.
Yep. I'll green screen it.
And I'm only going to do it for like a month maybe.
Okay.
Or 2. And then my final Be Real, I'm going to spoil this for you.
Oh.
I'm going to turn all the lights off in whatever room I'm in.
I like it already.
I'm going to take like my belt off and put it in my mouth, make it look like I'm gagged, right?
Oh my gosh.
And I'm going to put a gun to my head.
Sure.
And then I'm just never going to post ever again.
All right. Well, the feds may or may not show up at your door one day,
See,
man.
so that's the thing. I'm using it for the incorrect intentions. What would you use Be Real for?
Well, I guess in your scenario, though, you could say instead of being real, you're being false. I was trying to think of a synonym for false, but yeah, okay, that's I like that. I personally,
Be Real, be imaginary.
yeah. I would use Be Real to be like, that wasn't even. No. I would use. I don't know. Because I think the premise is like. It's to me it seems kind of dumb because and I only say that because like as it is, if I'm ever in a scenario where I'm like randomly or candidly like wanting to take a picture of what I'm doing, I just take a picture because I'm like, oh, I want to remember this. If I have to have an app, it's like, ding, ding, hey, take 2 pictures so we can all see what you're doing. You don't deserve to know what I'm doing.
That's
like
exactly what I was thinking.
You are not worthy of knowing what I'm up to.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'll leave it at that. But I would say, I think if I had to use it, maybe what I would do is like, I might post like really obscure things. Like maybe I'll like write out like a handwritten note, but then crumple the note up and make it look all like chicken scratchy, and I'll hold it up and like look kind of sketchy.
I had another idea that I might start doing.
Sure.
So I'm gonna buy a packet of like cigarettes, and I'll just carry it with me. I don't prefer cigarettes. I prefer cigars. You know that. And I'm just gonna, every time it goes off, pop one in my mouth and just like bring the phone close enough where you can't see if the end's lit or not, and just make everyone think that I'm like
you smoke?
a chain smoker. Like every time it goes off, he's got a cigarette in his mouth.
Dude's just a big smoker.
Exactly. So, like that would be so funny to me. I don't know why it's funny to me to make other people think that I'm addicted to nicotine. Yeah. But it kind of is. Mm-hmm. You know, just every time up, be real.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, you know what I would use it for? Every day I would post the exact same position and face of me until like about 40 days in, I get my black friend to stand in for me. Oh. And then it's the same position, same clothes, same everything. But then it's him. But then the next day, it's back to me.
That would be incredible.
I can see who my real friends are because they'd be like, hey, what was that yesterday? I'd be like, what are you talking about? That was kind of weird.
Exactly. But, I was thinking of doing something similar. My original plan was just whenever it goes off, I'm going to stand in front of a mirror and take a picture of me going like this. And then the reverse camera is going to take me doing the same thing in the mirror.
Yeah, that's cool.
But like I've only had it for like 4 days. Okay. So day like 2 and 3, I have not been in front of a mirror. So I was just like, whatever. Yeah, that's cool. I think overall, I don't know, dude. So this is almost a boomer segment here. I just, social media to me doesn't, like, I don't really want to use it too much. And here's the thing though, I'm a bit of a hypocrite because for the longest time, I like avidly would not use TikTok because from what I had seen about it, I was like, this is so bad. Like Vine was great. I never had, what was the Musical.ly? Yeah. I think never had that. TikTok, from what I heard from my friends and whatnot, it was like dances, all this cringe stuff. I was like, yeah, no, I'm fine, thanks. And then I went on a vacation trip by myself, like a year and a half ago, and I was like really bored one of the nights, and I was like, all right, like I'll make a little burner account, without my email, without my real name, and nothing, whatever. I'll just make it to see it. And here we are a year later, and we post our clips on TikTok. Yes,
so
we do.
It's like, I don't care for it.
And, a little over a year ago, we were talking about that. I didn't have my TikTok at the time, but I felt the same way. I was like, it's kind of dumb. It encourages trends that like other people steal. You remember this,
dude? Yeah, that's actually really funny. You never had TikTok for like a long time.
I didn't. I started 2021. No, 2.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I started January 1st, 2022 because we were talking about that. Yeah. And we both felt the same way. We were like, it's kind of dumb. Yep. It's an endless void of content. Yep. And one of the reasons why I didn't like it is because you could go viral for any reason. You don't have to have talent. You don't have to. It's false rewards,
Look who's
right?
talking.
I know, right? So I was like, but seeing that opportunity that you don't need that to go viral, we can use that. We want to get big on the internet, of course. Right. So, I have my YouTube
I'm already
channel.
Big.
Oh, yeah, but now on the internet.
Yeah. No, I know what you're saying. Saying. Yeah.
So then I remember I was telling you about that, and I was like, I'm gonna give it a shot. Sure. I'm gonna try for a year. Yep. See how it goes. Yep. I'm not gonna put any effort into it. I'm not gonna try. I'm basically gonna shit post, right? Yep. I think that's the first swear word. Wow. I think so. Yeah. But in the context of what it is. Sure. So I was like, that's all I'm gonna do. Yep. And we'll see how it goes. Yep. A year later, January 1st, 2023, 50,000 followers. So it proved my point. Mm-hmm. And as of now, I'm at like 66,000. So I was right because the things that I went viral for are stupid, and it kind of pisses me off.
You got like more than 44 million views on a video that was so...
It reached 10 million likes like 2 days ago.
Yeah, that's insane to me.
But it proved my point that I was telling you about over a year ago.
Well, I feel like a lot of content creators have been saying like it's by far the easiest growth platform. Which, yeah, I mean, I don't know. As is, you know, we'll keep posting on there.
Something's bound to happen.
Something's bound to happen. But you know, speaking of content creators, I'm trying to picture who I could actually like see fighting and like not fighting, right? I mean, because like some creators like want to do it, and then other ones do it, and it looks really bad. Like, you imagine like PewDiePie getting in the ring, dude? Like that dude's not gonna do that.
No, he's too much of like a pacifist. I think he's a vegan.
No, pescatarian.
Yeah, so he's getting folded. As much as I love the guy, PewDiePie, you are getting folded.
Who's fighting PewDiePie in this 1v1?
Jacksepticeye.
Oh, of course. Well, they're both
Jacksepticeye's pretty soy too. Sorry, Jack.
Oh no. Okay.
Who would be fighting PewDiePie?
The Liver King. Liver King versus PewDiePie is the card we've all been looking for. Oh, I don't know, dude. He's massive.
I feel like
he's pretty cringe though. Have you seen? So you know how like he was like, people found out he was on steroids, which
I don't know why.
Shocker.
Yeah, I don't know why. Oh, they found out.
Yeah.
Did you ever think he wasn't?
Dude, he's all natty, bro. Liver King till I die.
Yeah, that's
not quite, man.
People don't look like that.
Have you seen the video when he walks up? So this is after that all happened.
Right.
He's walking up to a restaurant with who I'm assuming is like his girl or his like assistant or something. Like it's like midday. They like walk up to like the hostess outside, you know, and she's like whatever, table for how many or something. It's one of the cringiest things. You've never seen this? It's one of the cringiest things I've ever seen. He walks up and he's like, table for Liver King. I'm on steroids, by the way. It's okay. And he like turns around, like laughs. It's just something like that.
Funny though.
No. But it's awkward because the girl doesn't know who he is, so she's just kind of like okay, like, and then writes it down, and then he like looks around. He's like, it's like, all right, man, like cool, bro. Yeah. Because he's tried to like like make fun of it now. Now he's like, I'm open about being on steroids, but I don't know. I feel like because he made his whole branding off of like, you know, his whole fitness.
I still think that's like, kind of funny. Just walk up to a random person. I'm on steroids, by the way.
See, if you said it like that,
was he shirtless?
He was.
Yeah, that's kind of funny. No, I mean, it's cringe, but that's kind of like a very strange power move in the weirdest way. Mm-hmm. I mean, what other scenario could you do something like that in?
I mean, you could do that if you're a druggie. Hey, I'm on heroin.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. I guess.
You walk up to someone. Hey, let me get you're like a barista.
Yeah.
Let me get a whatever coffee. I'm drunk right now, by the way. Just letting you know. And I'm going to shit a lot in your bathroom.
Well, sir, we don't have a bathroom. It's like,
you're going to wish you did. You know? I keep looking at myself because I'm not used to seeing myself in glasses, weirdly enough.
Oh. You're not wearing glasses.
I don't know.
No, you're not.
You're right.
You're not. I'm just going to gaslight you into thinking, dude, you're not. No, you're not wearing glasses.
Maybe you got contacts on.
Yeah. No, are they like see-through? I can't. You're not. That's actually really funny. I like gaslighting my friends. Shout out to all my friends. But I like doing it. It's fun.
It is.
You know what? I actually just did it yesterday.
Oh, let's hear it.
It was, but it wasn't even actually towards my friends. It was like towards some other people. We were at a restaurant. I was with some friends, and we were sitting down at like this table that was kind of sort of makeshift.
What do you mean a makeshift table?
Like, that's a good question.
Yeah,
it was like,
skipping over
I brought my own lumber, and I built.
Okay, yeah.
You imagine building? Hold on. So we were at a restaurant. There was like a table like right by the door. It was like a super small table. There was only 2 seats. So we like pulled up like an extra seat and like kind of had to move it because it was like almost in the walkway.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, so we were like kind of all like there, but we were like looking over because there was like one of those like really like long Viking style tables in the middle of the restaurant. Nice. But this one lady was like, there was like 3 like a family on the end of it, and this very nice lady was sitting like in the middle, so like she was taking up space and stuff. And then this family came, but it looked like they were leaving anyway. So I said to my friends, I was like, do you imagine? Or I didn't. was like, we walked over there.
Yeah.
Because they give you numbers, right? And I was like, you guys were sitting over there. It's like, I'm like, no, this is our table. It's like, no, your number was on that table over there. You actually were at that table. And then it's kind of like, oh. And then they start thinking. They're like, wait, what? No, we sat here. I'm like, guys, I know it's been a long day. That's your table. And then that's the ultimate power move.
And it worked?
Oh, I conquered the table. It's mine now.
So they left.
They went to the other table.
That's insane.
Yeah, I mean, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, dude.
You know, and they had kids, but I don't feel bad.
Sigma rule number like 37. Gaslight strangers.
Yes.
Take note.
Absolutely.
Gaslight strangers.
Yeah. Why not, dude?
The NPCs anyway, dude.
Bro.
You just do a little bit of tweaking in their speech tree.
Yep.
Switching everything up.
Confidence is key.
It really is.
Here's how you do it, right? You go on a plane. Let's say your row is like 37A. You're towards the back. But you know what? Not going to have it. I'm sitting in row 1. Seat A. The real person who has that seat walks in. They're like, sir, you're in my seat. You already have your AirPods in. I'm sorry? You're in my seat. No, I don't think I am.
Yeah, no. This is my seat. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and then you even get the flight attendant in on it. You're like,
You're
ma'am,
like, no,
this is my seat, right? I've been here. Yeah.
I contacted to specifically get this
Yeah,
seat
yeah.
months ago.
Months ago.
Months ago. I talked to Fred. He gave me
See?
this seat.
Yep.
So if there's any issue, that's not on my end. I'm sorry. This is your deal. I'm staying in the seat that I paid extra for. And they're going to be like, what?
And if they start to try to escalate it, you're like, listen, you need to calm down, okay? Fred said it was all fine.
Yeah.
He said, this is my seat.
He said, if there's any problems, tell them that Fred said to.
Yeah.
So reach out to him.
Yep.
He'll figure it out.
Sure.
And they're like, what? What do you mean? He's like, yeah, the one who works at United. He's like,
Yep.
there are thousands of people. That's not my problem, miss. I did what I had to do. I got the seat.
Yep.
I paid extra.
Yep.
Figure it out.
Exactly. Yeah. Or, yeah, I mean, you can do anything, dude. Imagine, gaslighting a homeless dude to give you his money. Walk up and you're like, hey, how much did we rake in today?
How much did we make?
Who are you? Dude, that's my hat. I gave you that to get the money. Remember? And then you said we would split it 80-20.
Yeah, I said that I'd give you the hat and the sign. I gave you the piece of cardboard. I gave you the shirt. Were you high at the time?
That's so bad. Yeah. You're like...
Not again, dude. Not again. You're ruining our business model here. How do you expect us to make money if you're, you're forgetting?
Extra step, just call him a random name so that he doesn't even remember his own name. You're like, Frank, we've been over this.
No, I'm Steve. It's like, well, that's not what you told me. So were you high then or are you high now, huh? Well, this partnership isn't going to work. Yeah. And if this partnership doesn't work, you're not making any money there, bud.
If this partnership doesn't work, then it becomes 100-0, and then you lose money.
And you lose everything. Then I take my Sharpie back. I take my sign back.
Yep.
I take my hat back and that jacket that I gave you to keep you warm. Do you remember when I did that, right? You remember when I gave you my jacket?
He's like, I got that. You got nothing.
I got this out of goodwill.
Yeah, no, you didn't.
And then you just go, no, dude.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? See, this is why you're out on the streets.
That's so bad. Yeah. See, this is... Frank, this is the 5th time this month, remember? Oh, no, No. This is why your wife left you, Frank.
Oh.
It's like, what?
This is why you're out on the streets, man.
Yeah.
Because you can't remember.
Yep.
How do you think we're going to afford your medical bills?
Yep.
If you keep on fumbling the ball on our business deal, huh?
And then, you know how you end that conversation? You go crazy. Wake up, Frank. Wake up, Frank!
Yeah. And then you just take the money and run.
Yep. And then the next morning, you show right back to the same spot. Hey, Steve. My name's not... Hey, Steve, how much you raking for us today?
Yeah,
and the cycle continues.
Dude, that's the way to do it.
That's free money.
When I...
Listen,
Sigma rule. Sigma rule number 31.
You know those, yeah.
Gaslight, steal from homeless people.
You know, like those, there's like that dude on TikTok who's like, if you don't have a Lamborghini at 20, you're not doing things right. Your net worth should be 200,000. Yeah. Well, here's how you do it. Yeah. You do that.
You start a network of homeless people that you convince work for you.
Yeah.
So now you have your little network of beggars raking in money.
That's right. But you tell all of them a different name of yourself. So that way, if for some reason a cop stops one of them, they're all going to say a different name.
Yeah.
They'll never know.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, you know, that's just how it is. Yeah, dude, gaslighting is real fun.
It is real fun. One thing is I sometimes I accidentally gaslight people. I try to be sarcastic, but they just are like, really? And I'm like, no.
Oh, yeah,
guys.
yeah. I know exactly
Like,
what you're saying.
I will straight up lie sometimes, but
Okay.
the thing is,
that's healthy.
I've made a habit of saying just kidding within the same breath that I make the joke, because or else people will believe me.
Oh, yeah, sure.
You know, like
I know exactly what you're
they'll be like, oh, you know, what'd you do today? And I'd be like, oh, you know? So here's a specific example.
Okay.
I was getting some liquor. I bought a bottle of Basil Hayden, delicious. And I was walking out of the store to go back to my car. I was on the phone with my girlfriend at the time. I call her every day on my way back from work. So we were talking, walked in, buy it, go back outside. As I'm getting in my car, this guy walks up to me and goes, hey, are you selling weed? And I was like, what? And he was like, are you the guy selling weed? And I was like, no. Sorry, man. Hope you find the weed. And then I hop in the car and my girlfriend's like, who was that? And I was like, oh, some guy just asked me if I was selling weed. And she's like, why would he ask you that? And I was like, I don't, maybe it's because he recognized me from when I sold him a 10th last week. And she's like, what? I was like, no,
Yeah,
I didn't.
clearly wasn't. Yeah. I sold them a half a pound.
Yeah, it was much bigger than that.
Yeah.
How do you think I afforded to take you to dinner that night? No, but like some things like that, or, you know, what was it? There was just another thing.
Yeah.
Oh, they said that I spelt something wrong in a video that I made. Like my friends were like, oh, you spelled, I think I had a typo. Mm-hmm. I spelled like bumper cars wrong. I was typing fast and it was like I don't know.
Bumper
It was
cars.
like bumper cars or something. And they're like, oh, you spelled it wrong. I'm like, what do you mean? How did I spell it? And then they spelled it. I was like, no, that's how it is. I'm like, no. I was like, yeah, because it's named after the guy who made it.
Yeah. Okay, so you just lied straight up.
I was like, bump their cars. And like, what? And I was like, yes, it's not bumper. People think it's bumper because the cars bump into each other, but it's named after the guy.
It's like a Mandela effect.
And they're like, what are you? They're like, huh?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, look it up. I was driving. I was like, totally, look it up.
Yeah.
And they called my bluff. They looked it up and they're like, what?
Sure.
I was like, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
But it was like working. They were buying it for a while.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I did the same thing. I mean, except this one's it's not a lie, but you know how Finland's not real, right?
Yeah,
and I've explained that before.
I mean,
I told, this was like years ago, but I told in college, I told one of my friends this very true statement. I was like, yeah, Finland's not real. Now, sure. I've run this long enough that I have a whole, story, history behind it. Like I know how it works. Like I've researched it and everything. So he was like, yes, it is. The fact that he even questioned that to me is suspect. But I was like, okay, well, if you're going to give me an inch, I'll give you a mile, man.
Yeah.
So he was like, yes, it is. I was like, no, it's not. I was like, Sweden and Norway in the 1940s. And I told him everything.
Wow.
He believed me.
Wow.
A week later, homie texts me and he's like, dude, F you. I just met a Finnish girl in my class and she says they're not an experiment from Sweden and Norway. Yes.
You had him. You had him.
So I kept going though. I was like, dude, of course you would say that. And then he was like, no, dude, seriously, screw you. I shouldn't trust you. I was like, why would you have believed that in the first place? It's on the map.
Yeah.
It's like of course it's it's not real, but
it isn't real.
You get what I'm saying? Like
I do. It's really
just
fun to do that.
Yeah. Like you said, why not?
For a while, I had this weird thing where I would mention, this is so strange, that I, like, whenever anyone would ask me, or if any time my genitals came up in a conversation,
here
I would very quickly just go like, oh yeah, no, sorry, I don't have it. I'm like, what? I was like, yeah, no,
I don't have it.
I was like, I don't have it. I was like, what are you talking about? I was like, oh, yeah, you know what? Did I not tell you? I was like, oh yeah, no. I was overseas in the early 90s and, things went south. I lost it. And like, huh? I was like, yeah, I'm not allowed to say more. And that was like a running thing. I would just say that for like a full 2 years. Whenever anything was brought up, if, they were talking about, oh, how do your pants fit? Or like, sometimes people buy me. Weirdly enough, on one of my birthdays, my friend who was a male bought me pants, and they fit perfectly. So that's its own thing.
That's a little.
I don't know how he knew, but he did.
New Year's, dude. Pants shopping is like unique to every male.
Oh,
like
for sure.
There's no way he could have known your size like that.
And even if he knows like my measurements,
yeah,
he doesn't know how the cut is going to fit.
Exactly.
But it fit really well. I still wear it to this day, regardless.
Okay, yeah.
Like things like that, if they're talking about that or anything,
Yeah. Yeah.
I drop that,
Okay.
and then they're like, "What?" And then I just keep going.
Sure.
Because if they ask too many questions, then the whole story falls apart.
Exactly.
That's why you got to be mysterious.
Yep.
Move past the questions.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you just either end it with like, I can't say more, or you just say, look, I'm done talking about this. Let's move on.
Yeah.
And that's it, you know?
Speaking of being mysterious, I forgot to mention this. When I was doing the thing for the church, they were like, dude, that was great. You really did a good job. So you're going to be doing this more often? I said, if I feel like it. And then I walked away.
You actually said that?
I actually said that to the pastor, who was like, dude, we think you did a great job. Super happy that you joined us today. Do you think you'll be joining us more often? And I was like, I might. Depends how I'm feeling. We'll see. I'm just winging it. I was like, thanks. And I walked away.
You should have, as he was like saying that, you should just like, I don't know, dude.
I don't know, dude.
And
Why don't you tell me? That was another thing.
I'm sorry, you're not terribly important.
After the songs, they would all look at me and they'd go like, oh, how do you think you did? And I was like, well, isn't that your job to tell me? You know?
You did not say that.
I did. I was like, what? Isn't that your job? What do you think? How'd I do? You know? And that's one thing that I pride myself in, putting on this like super Sigma facade. So like,
right.
Okay, here's a question, Sigma question. Do you practice things in seclusion? That way you can like whip out this talent at a random time and pretend like it's nothing?
Oh, I plan on whipping out my talent all the time. let me just say. No. Yeah, no, not really. You're talking about like in your room, in the mirror.
I'm talking about like
in the car.
Things. Like,
yeah.
For a while, I did like not trick shuffles, but like the really fancy card
shuffles.
Okay,
sure.
And that was just something that I had in my back pocket, and then I would just be able to kind of like do it, and like it was nothing. And like, whoa, you could do that, and you're like, you can't, you know?
Yeah.
That type of thing. But it was like a premeditated. I was sitting there.
Oh, sure. Okay.
You know,
I see
like, exactly. Have you done that? I'm assuming you have, based on your response.
Yeah, I mean, more or less. I feel like a lot of guys do that.
For sure.
I mean, nothing like a card trick, but I tend to overthink a lot. So, like, if I know who I'm gonna... I don't want to leak too many secrets from my brain.
I know, that's
here,
what I'm saying. This is difficult. This is difficult.
Yeah, like I'm trying to navigate.
We're breaking down the facade that we've so carefully crafted over so many years.
No facade.
It's the real us.
I think all I'll say, actually, I can't say anymore.
You know what? Yeah, we don't want to say more because everyone we know is constantly being gaslit by us.
Are they?
They are seeing us how we want them to see us.
I got all my friends on a string. So that's all I can say. I'll answer your question like this. I have like conversations with myself sometimes where like this is healthy, right? Like
I know I was about to say I understand you, but if anyone else doesn't, they're gonna think we're insane.
I know we're
which
not.
is step one of being a Sigma.
That's right.
Mentally unstable. So we're good.
Trust me, I already diagnosed myself. I'm fine. No, I'm saying like if I know more or less, and this isn't every time, but depending on who I'm going to be like with that day, I might think like, oh yeah, like I wanted to tell them about this or something. And then in my, you might know where I'm going with this.
I think so.
In my head, then and this isn't on purpose, it's just how it works. Then I'll think, oh, well, what might they say to that? And then I'll be like, oh, then I could bring up this, and then I'll say that. And then I'll kind of like, I'm like an these are too many leaks here.
I know.
I just say too much is what I'm saying sometimes. I overshare. And that's all like, you know, sometimes that's why I need to be more mysterious.
Exactly.
You know, that's the problem.
The fact that we can see ourselves from the third person is how we can be so careful to craft our image. Right?
That's right.
Because we can replay the day in our minds from a different perspective. And kind of like, you know, it's like a post-game interview. You're like, all right, let's see how I did.
Yep.
Can fix that. And then you like take it into account.
But yeah. And see, this is, you you are happily taken right now.
Yes.
But
yes.
I was going to say it's almost like on the next level too when you're single because, if you meet people, you're like doubly overthinking, everything like,
yes.
Shoot, did I do that right? Did I say that right? Was I mysterious enough? Things like that. But, I don't know. That's kind of I guess that's part of your rules, your Sigma rules. Right, is like just be mysterious.
Be mysterious. I'm gonna have to. I actually have a list. Well, I kicked the table.
Yeah, thanks for that.
That was loud.
I mean, it's a good rule for life for sure. And you know what? So that the people can. Oh, are you gonna read a?
Oh yeah, I have a list. So for those of you who know, I carry a notebook with me everywhere. Comes in handy. Love it. Do it if you want. I don't care.
Well, okay. Just told him to. That's cool.
All right. If you feel like it'll help you.
Sure.
But one of the things that I did is I wrote, I call it the Sigma rules. I wrote down the Sigma rules.
Just to clarify, this is a notebook for Sigma rules.
Well, it's got other things in there, but yes, it does have the Sigma rules listed. I just write down whatever I think in here. Sometimes it's a sketchbook. I think it's better than my phone because the fact when I write things down helps me remember it.
Yeah.
Or even if I don't remember it, I remember that I wrote it down. Whereas if I'm typing it up on my phone, my brain will forget. All right.
Right.
So
read from the manifesto.
Yes. Sigma rule number 1. Or I guess this is a Sigma manifesto.
Sure.
Self-love is gay. Hate yourself as much as possible.
Damn it. Now all right. Well, there goes. Cool, man. Cool. Yeah.
All right.
But he means happy.
No.
Like gay.
I mean, it's like... But not that being gay is
trying
bad.
To fix...
No, I'm sticking with my wording here. I just have to clarify. There's nothing wrong with being gay. But if you are gay, you don't want to be gay, There's 2 different ways to take that word. I'm sticking with it. I'm dying on this hill. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. All right. Number 2. I think you've seen me do this before.
Okay.
Whoa, that was Kick chewed gum into crowded areas. So, when you're done chewing the piece of gum, you lightly spit it, get a nice arc, and you punt it.
Okay.
Preferably into a crowded area.
Okay.
Can't say that one.
Yep. Let's do one more. Give me one more solid.
All right, I'll give you a good one. I got a few good ones.
Okay.
Spread misinformation online.
Okay. Great. So now we're just
Oh, this one's a good one. I made a TikTok about this and it flopped, but hopefully more people see it here.
Okay.
Sprinkle sand into restaurant salt shakers. So you show up to a restaurant, they have a salt shaker on the table, open that bad boy, put a little bit of sand in there, close it back up.
I mean, that goes back, to snorting sand like we talked about a few weeks
absolutely.
ago. Yeah.
Oh, here's another one.
Let's get one more.
Piss as loud as you possibly can. Thank you very much.
Okay. Well, you heard it from Harry Potter here.
Or Milo Thatch from Journey to Atlantis.
Yep. Any of the above.
Yep.
I'll be nice. Yeah. You heard it here. So keep those in mind. And remember to gaslight homeless people.
Gaslight
that's
homeless
like
people?
The best. That's the best time.
Oh, gaslight homeless people and stay schizo, my brothers.
Yeah.
Stay schizo.
Stay schizo.
Hashtag stay schizo.
Oh, boy.